Karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar's Kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you how I make these beautiful, delicious, fluffy buttermilk pancakes, and they go very, very well with our blueberry sauce. So I'm going to start with the blueberry sauce. I've got 1 cup of orange juice and I added a 1/4 cup of sugar. You can always increase the sugar or you can reduce it. And on the other side, I've got about 3 tablespoons of orange juice and I used about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. You can always add more cornstarch if you want it thicker, or you can reduce the orange juice. All right, then we're just going to add to the orange juice that's already heating up. You're just going to stir well to make sure there are no lumps forming at the bottom. And then we're going to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're just going to reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes, just to ensure that the cornstarch is completely cooked. All right. So once you get to this stage, then go ahead and add the vanilla. You can use the powder one. I used a liquid between 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon. That should be fine. Just mix it well, and then we're going to add the blueberries. I've used about 50 grams. You can use any amount. You can also use this recipe for strawberry sauce, but just reduce the orange juice because strawberries have their own juices. All right, and then I used the orange zest. Actually, if you have lemon or lime, that's perfect. It's going to make the blueberry have that little beautiful citrus that we are looking for, but I didn't have the lemon or lime. And then we're going to bring this to a boil. A little bit of salt, a pinch of salt actually. Bring to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes until you see them bursting. I like them a little bit whole, so I don't want to overcook them. But if you want them to cook further, you can always cook them further. And you can see our sauce is nice and beautiful. You can use this for your ice cream. You can use it for the cheesecake or any desserts or for breakfast, like how we use them. And just put them in a nice jar, and you can keep them in the fridge for about a month or so if they would last that long. All right, so on this side, I'm going to start with the pancakes. I've got 1 cup of milk and I added 1 tablespoon of vinegar. We are making buttermilk over there. Then I've got some flour, which is about 1.5 cups. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons over here of melted butter and 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 egg which is in room temperature, and I did add the salt in the flour, about 1/2 teaspoon. Then we're just gonna mix this well, our egg mixture. And then we're going to add our sifted dry ingredients and a little bit of vanilla. We're just going to mix it well. And over here, you don't want the batter to be nice and silky. It can be lumpy, and that's how you're going to get your pancakes nice and fluffy. Then we add the buttermilk. Just going to mix it well. And once that's done, you're going to let it sit for about 5 to 6 minutes, and the batter will be ready to be used. So in the frying pan over here, I'm going to make a bit large size, medium size, but if you have the pancake pan, you can get about 8 in this recipe. But for the size that I'm making, you should be able to get about 5 large, medium size pancakes. And that's about it. After 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to flip them. Make sure you cook them on medium-low heat. You don't want it to be too high because they won't cook very well in the inside. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and as usual, you'll find all the measurements and ingredients in the description box below and on the very last page. And thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the near future when I share more recipes. Thank you.